Hi! Welcome to Sunless Sea. We're going to get the Memento Mori, which involves the Irrepressible Cannoneer. You can pick her up, I always think it's a her, him, in London, with a new recruit awaits you a value between 8 and 9, or at any time from the Iron Republic, which is directly south of London. There's London there, but head south to the Iron Republic there if you want to get him more reliably, rather than waiting for the random chance. Anyway, once you've got him, have a chat. It's going to take 10 supplies, 10 fuel, and 5 torpedo parts, all of which you can pick up in London. Carrow's naval surplus is the place to go, not Camanus Yards. There we go. And they are 5 each, so a total of 25 echoes it'll cost you here. We're going to need a couple of hundred echoes for part of the mission as well. There you go. And you also gain 1 iron when you dine with the Cannoneer. So that's quite nice. Bonus iron. Anyway, he will tell you that you want to go to Demaux Island. But do you know, the Cannoneer says, squinting thoughtfully, it reminds me of a story. So, off to Demaux Island. For me, it was just east of fallen London. It's where the Iron and Misery Co. funging station is. It's quite often a strategic Admiralty Commission place, but it moves around quite a lot. Anyway, bargain with the Factor for a secret. That's where you're going to have to spend your 200 echoes. The company's terrible prototype, you'll need a bribe, it's only fair. Now he's going to tell you to head to Aestival, which is over in the east. Or Aestival? Over in the east. You're going to need a bunch of supplies here, so make sure you stock up before you leave. Although you can get some when you go. As I said, Aestival over there on the east. It won't necessarily be in the same place, obviously, but it's always been in that furthest most bracket for me. Once in Aestival, you're going to need 5 supplies there, but you can gather supplies. You might lose a crew member gathering supplies, but you should gain between 8 and 10, so it should put you in pretty good shape. You're not going to lose any crew doing this section. Days of back-breaking labour unearth a cache of old bones, curios, and a meteorite. You'll gain 1 memory of a distant shore, as you see there, 1 secret, 2 lamentable relics. You need to keep 1. Do not sell them both, keep 1. An outlandish artifact, and a seal of the red science, and 5 terror. Now, you need to take the seal and a Judgment's Egg to the Iron Republic. You can get a Judgment's Egg a couple of ways, but definitely when you're heading up north, whichever way you do it, head to Mount Palmerston, which is almost always up in the north somewhere, and pick up 3 Devilbone Dice. You're going to need those for the next part of the mission, and you're not going to want to have to traipse all the way back up there later. Anyway, one place to get the Judgment's Egg is Irem, but it's expensive. It's going to cost you, I think, 15 secrets. We'll have a look at the shop in a second. Ta-da! There we are. It's in the Fisher of Dawn. There we are, 1 Judgment's Egg, 15 secrets. That's an expensive price as far as I'm concerned, and I wasn't prepared to pay it. So instead I went over to Venderbight, which is sort of north, well not sort of, it is directly north of fallen London. Go to the tomb colony of Venderbight and the last tour operator quest here, which you can do again and again and again. It'll cost you 12 supplies, and you'll have to take the tomb colonists to 3 places around the Undersea. There you go. I always take one of kind of everything, like mushroom wine, firkin of honey, all that stuff, and you'll be surprised you quite often know them. The 3 places are a little bit random, but once you're done with there and you've taken them to all 3 places, pop back. That'll get you a Judgment's Egg and also 1500 echoes, which is a pretty good price, I think. They might eat a bunch of your supplies on the way, but whatever. Anyway, once you've got the Judgment's Egg, head to the Iron Republic. That's south of London, as we know. And there we are, see, south of London. And you can see I've uncovered quite a lot of the map on my travels. Anyway, go to story mode, there we are, and seek a tittering artificer's help to awaken the seal. I know people here, the Cannoneer confides, from the old days. Perhaps we shouldn't talk about the old days. Anyway, click that. Cannoneer and the Artificer place the Judgment's Egg on the seal and apply their instruments. The light in the Artificer's chamber grows dim. This, then, is what it sounds like when a soul screams. You gain a SEARING Enigma for this. Do not sell the SEARING Enigma. In fact, never sell them. They're so rare and difficult to pick up. You should always hang on to them, even though it's tempting to dump them on the Scholar in London. Anyway, you'll get this Awakened Seal of the Red Science, which you can equip briefly. Mirrors 3 and Iron 3. It goes on the bridge. It will replace a light if you've got one. There you go, 3 iron. And then you'll have to go to Station 3, which tends to be pretty close into London here. It's almost always south of Mount Island. It has been in all my playthroughs so far, but again, it may move around for you. Once there, have a chat with the Heart Metal Smith. You're going to need something awaits for this to work. The Clayman directs you with a minimum of enthusiasm and even fewer words. The Cannoneer greets him with a yell of delight. The Smith winces, puts down his hammer, pinches the bridge of his nose. "It's you," he says. "Two of you." Anyway, once there, you're going to need... Come on, click continue. There we go. You're going to need 3 Devilbone Dice, which I completely forgot, so I had to go back up to Mount Palmerston to grab them. You're going to need that SEARING ENIGMA. I don't know why I'm clicking that. There we go, Mount Palmerston. You're going to need the SEARING ENIGMA and the Lamentable Relic, which you'll have picked up in Aestival for that part of the quest. So it's actually quite good. It gives you pretty much everything you need. But there we are, 3 Devilbone Dice. Don't forget to grab those at any point previously, rather than having to schlep all the way up. If for some reason you've sold your SEARING Enigmas in between those 2 stages, I don't know why you would, but if you have, this is the easiest, if not the quickest way to get one. SEARING Enigmas are really rare. Head to the Salt Lions, kill the Gilliflower nearby, let it disperse. That will give you 1 Z story. Then you want to head up to Wither, which is in the northwest. It's north of Venderbight, and go to the House of the Question. With 1 secret there, and 1 Z story, and I think 10 echoes, yeah, you'll be able to get Salt's attention. There we are. Then head back down to the Salt Lions, which should be somewhere in the 2nd or 3rd quadrant, basically where we found the Gilliflower, and use Salt's rights. This will cost Salt's attention, but give you 1 extraordinary implication. You're going to need another 4 of those. Unfortunately, you can only do this if you haven't got an extraordinary implication. So you're only going to be able to get 1 there. But head up to Irem in the northeast and grab 4 more extraordinary implications. It's going to cost you quite a lot, like 1,300, which is why the Venderbight cruise is quite good. And then swap those 5 for the SEARING ENIGMA. It's a really expensive way to do it, but they're so hard to get otherwise, which is why you should never, ever sell them. Anyway, back to Station 3. Make sure that you've got something awaits you, otherwise this interaction won't pop up. But there we go. Unlocked with 1 Irrepressible Cannoneer when he's learning about that. Awaken Seal of the Red Science, which you should have. 3 Devilbone Dice, you've now got the SEARING Enigma you shouldn't have any trouble with, and the Lamentable Relic from Aestival you should have. If you don't have one of those, you can just go killing pirates and sea-beasts, and eventually you'll get one. A shining horror. For 7 days the smith works. Only the cannoneer is permitted within. Your sailors place bets on something. Anyway, that will get you, you'll see down there, the Memento Mori. And this is by far and away, well, not by far and away, marginally the best weapon in the game. It gives you 6 iron and 3 mirrors, which is great. Hull damage 22 and life damage 32. The Heart Ender is a flensing weapon, which is the next best one. There we are, and it fires like a little red beam. It also kills 4 crew, which is pretty useful if you want to go pirating, but that is the end of the Irrepressible Cannoneer's story. You'll find if you speak to him, not her, the only choice left is to increase your iron, but unfortunately I've already capped my iron, so there's not much else I can do there. Anyway, that's it as far as that's concerned. That is also the Memento Mori as 1 part of the Fulgent Impeller, which is the best engine in the game. So you're going to need to do this as a result of that. Anyway, on the left, the Serpentine engine, which isn't a bad step. You'll need the Genial Magician for that. And on the right, the Sigil-Ridden Navigator's story. Anyway, that's it for now. See you in the next video. Bye!